In our previous class, I had talked about evil effects, evil effects of modern factory system. There are two evil effects of modern factory system. These two evil effects are: the modern factory system has made employees powerless. Number one. Number two, the modern factory system has made jobs meaningless. Now, these two evil effects are such that both of these would raise sense of careerism in the minds of employees. These will also lower down the level of motivation for better works. Therefore, authors and scholars on industrial relations have suggested that both these two evil consequences of modern factory system must be neutralized so that the employees' interest towards careerism could not increase and their motivation level could not decline. Now, both these two evil effects of modern factory system can be neutralized with the help of two measures. These two measures are: number one, labor welfare, and number two, social security. Means on the basis of introduction of labor welfare and social security, evil consequences of modern factory system can be neutralized. As such, labor welfare is an important aspect of industrial relations. Now, in this lecture, I shall try to throw some light on the conceptual aspect of labor welfare. What is labor welfare? How labor welfare has been defined by various authors, scholars, committees and commissions, and what is the proper scope of labor welfare. To start with, labor welfare is a dynamic concept. Unambiguously, labor welfare is a dynamic concept. This means that the concept of labor welfare, what it was 10 years back, 20 years back, is not the same in this day and age. And it is also expected that the present concept of labor welfare will not remain so in the days to come. Therefore, concept of labor welfare is changeable, and any change in the concept of labor welfare depends upon three factors. Concept of labor welfare depends upon three factors. First, social system, degree of industrialization, and level of socio-economic development. socio-economic development. Therefore, the concept of labor welfare in any particular industry depends upon these three factors: social systems, degree of industrialization, and level of socio-economic development. Now, if labor welfare is a dynamic concept, if it is a changeable concept, then how it can be defined and how it has been defined by various others, commissions and committees. Now, according to a group of others, labor welfare has been defined under the following way. According to them, any type of activity, labor welfare means any type of activity undertaken by employer, trade unions, industrial institutions, any type of activity undertaken by employer, trade union, industrial institution is for overall development of employees is called labor welfare activity. On the basis of this definition, there are 5 agencies of labor. There are 5 agencies of labor welfare. First is employer, second is trade union, third is industrial institution, fourth is garment includes 2 garments, central and estate. Therefore, any type of activity undertaken by the employer, trade unions, industrial institution and the government for the overall development of employees is known as labor welfare activities. Then here we are very much required on our part to explain the meaning of this term overall development. What is called overall development, and when overall development of employees can be ensured, and what are the dimensions of overall development of employees, and under which condition we can say that the employees or activities, those activities which have undertaken by these 5 agencies are meant for overall development of employees. So, overall development says social development, educational development, economic development, moral development, spiritual development, then only it is overall. If the direction of the activities undertaken by these 5 agencies have been engaged towards these 5 directions, then only these activities can be said to be labor welfare activities. This is very clear. Now, there is one more important author which states that in every organization a number of activities are undertaken so as to provide many kinds of facilities or amenities to industrial workers, and these activities are broadly known as labor welfare. These activities are broadly known as labor welfare activities. A number of commissions and committees have also tried to define the term labor welfare. Now, first of all, I would like to quote the name of the most prominent commission which was constituted by the government of India in the year 1929, and this commission submitted its report in the year 1931, which is known as Royal Commission on Labour. Royal Commission on Labour. According to this commission, I must say that this commission, which is also known as RCL, Royal Commission on Labour, was constituted under the chairmanship of Sri J.H. Whitley. J.H. Whitley, that is why this commission is also known as Whitley Commission on Labour. So, according to this commission, labor welfare is necessarily